IBHA.
Hi everyone, I'm Janvi. I'm very pleased to introduce you to Edward Herrick-Gleason. He is a director at the Southworth Planetarium, Portland, Maine, which is affiliated with the University of South Maine. How did you get interested in big history?
I was acquainted with Dr. Barry Rodriguez, who is one of the founders of Big History, I understand, and he actually worked at our university. And years ago, he would bring his students to the planetarium, and he introduced me to the concept of big history. Initially, I was unsure about it, and then as I became more aware of big history, then the more it fascinated me, and the more captivating I found it. And so I have become interested in big history ever since then, and I don't regret it. I think it's the most enthralling discipline that there is because it incorporates so many elements into it.
What do you aim to do with your position currently?
What I'd like to do is I'd like to, for instance, have a curriculum based upon big history and actually incorporate the thresholds, the stars, the Big Bang, the human beings, technology, the fossil fuel. And also, what I want to do in a way is use that fossil fuel threshold to explain how it is we built a world on it, but also the dangers inherent in exploiting it too much. For instance, the anthropogenic climate change. The anthropogenic climate change issue, at least in America, is highly polarized. And if we could sort of explain it in a very calm way, explaining exactly what's happening as a consequence of human activity and what we can do in order to mitigate the adverse effects of it, that would be a great service to the community, I think. And the planetarium was first started as a way to teach sailors celestial navigation. That's why the planetarium was first invented in the early 20th century. What we can do today, we can really use it to explain all the science of what's happening to our world because everything is changing so quickly. And it's a way to sort of be a liaison between the research universities and the public. This is what they're finding out. This is what's happening. And big history gives us the opportunity to say, okay, this is how humans evolved. This is why the Cretaceous extinction 66 million years ago benefited us. And this is why we're here. And also, it gives people a real appreciation of how short our lives really are and how complex and dynamic the human being truly is. Again, big history has really given me such a deeper appreciation for what it is to be a human being that I would like to use the planetarium to impart that onto a lot of people who come into it. Because we talk about stars and planets, but they seem extremely remote. They seem displaced from our lives. But in fact, they're very intimately related with us because we actually are made of star stuff and we're in a live universe and we're part of the universe that actually reflects upon itself, and that's an exciting aspect as well. We've come up with philosophies and art. We've come up with a lot of different sciences, and it's a miracle that it happened at all, considering that it started very, very simply.
How has the understanding of big history impacted your life?
Well, again, as I say, what it really gave me was it gave me a profound appreciation for what it is to be a human being. Because if you look at it in context of all that transpired before, that we are evolved from the primates and the mammals, it's astonishing that we're here at all, considering all that had to actually occur properly for us to evolve. Because paleontologists will tell you, if you rewind Earth's clock back to the beginning and set it in motion again, we probably wouldn't be here. And there's a lot of chance events that resulted in our presence here. So big history has given me not an appreciation of being human, but what humans have done. Now, of course, humans have perpetrated a great deal of evil, and so I'm not casting a rose glow on Homo sapiens, but it is really giving me a sense of what it means to be here and be here in human form.
What do you hope that the IBHA can accomplish?
Well, I think one thing that we can accomplish, one thing that big history can accomplish, is to make us more thoughtful as far as planning in the future. And the old saying that whenever you do something, take the seventh generation into account. I think that what it can do, it can give us a more comprehensive view of human history and natural history and how they intersect, and the decisions we can make the policy decisions that we can make that will enable us to build a world that is actually safe and more sustainable to life. Because again, because of the anthropogenic climate change, because of all the ramifications of that, it could have dire consequences for life on Earth. And considering that human beings have been primarily responsible for it, it's incumbent upon us to try to effect solutions.
Thank you. And anything else that you would like to add?
Again, as I said, my principal ambition is to develop a big history focus at the planetarium, because the planetarium's function is to provide an informal education venue for the sciences and the humanities. And big history synthesizes them all. So it gives us a golden opportunity to present a lot of science, a lot of humanities, really a lot of intellectual engagement with our communities.
I hope that you succeed in your aims and goals. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to International Big History Association's YouTube channel.
IBHA